No sign of that boat yet.
It's very early still.
Oh, I know. So you still coloring the red and milk and all that. I should have known he'd be here before this. No sign of any breakfast? Where's that fellow Rogers?
Oh no, let's bother about breakfast.
How's the weather looking?
The wind brushing up a bit of an old mackerel sky. Oh boy, at the train yesterday said we were due for some dirty weather. Shouldn't have wondered if he wasn't right.
I wish that boat would come. It's absurd not keeping a boat on the island. The sooner we get off this island, the better.
No proper harbor. If the wind were to blow from the southeast, the boat would get dashed to pieces against the rocks.
But a boat would always be able to make us from the mainland.
No, Miss Frank, that's just what it wouldn't.
So you are to say we are stuck on this land?
Yes, condensed snow, Bermuda, and tin stuff till the gale blows itself out. But you needn't worry. The sea's only a bit choppy.
I find the pleasures of living on an island rather overrated.
I wonder when that boat's coming. Annoying how the house is just built slap up against the cliff. Can't see the mainland till you climbed up to the top. Shall we go again?
There's no point, Doctor. Wildcat never boiled. There wasn't a boat putting out. We were up there just now.
What's this man Narracop be doing?
All like this and dead will never hurry themselves.
And where's Rogers? He ought to be about.
If you ask me, Master Rogers was very shocked last night.
I know. Ghastly, the whole thing.
Got the wind up. I say even bet that him and his wife was the old lady in.
You really think so?
I mean, I've never seen a man look more scared. Guilty as hell, I would say.
Oh, fantastic. The whole thing, fantastic.
I guess he hopped it.
Who? Rogers? But there isn't any boat on the island. You just said so.
Yes, but I've been thinking we've only brought his word for that. Suppose there is one and he took it the first chance he got.
Oh, no. She wouldn't be allowed to leave the island.
Like, well, General,
Yes, I agree.
I have no doubt about that.
I agree to Leslie. My wife, you know.
Yes, I wish Narracop would come.
Who is Narracop?
The bloke who brought us over here yesterday afternoon.
Was it only yesterday?
Yes, I feel like that too. Suicide is not a gramophone record. It's all about a man can stand. I shan't see the back of Soldier Island. You have my word.
So you don't understand. How strange.
What's that, General?
I don't like the look of him.
I suppose young Marston suicide must have been a pretty bad shot for him. He looks years older.
Where's the poor young fellow now?
Rogers and Lumber took him out.
Dr. Armstrong, I suppose it was suicide.
Oh, what else could it be?
I don't know, but suicide.
I had a pretty funny feeling in the night about this Mr. Unknown owner. What if he's here? Rogers may have known. We may have told him not to say so. Pretty funny if you ask me.
But would it have been possible for anyone to tamper with Larson's drink without us seeing them?
I mean, it was just sitting there. Anyone could have put a dog of cyanide there.
But-
Oh, there you are, sir. I've been looking all over the place for you. Could you please come up and take a look at my wife?
Why, yes, of course. Is she still feeling under the weather?
She's...
You guys won't leave the island without me. Right? Ah!
I wish the boat would come. I hate this place.
Yes. Sooner the police come, the better.
The police.
The police have to be notified in case of suicide. You know, Miss Claiborne.
Yes, of course.
No sign of any breakfast.
Are you hungry, General? Feeling like breakfast?
Leslie, my dear.
No, I'm Vera Claiborne.
Oh, forgive me. I mistook you for my wife.
Oh,
I was waiting for her, you see.
but I thought your wife was dead long ago.
Yes, I thought so too. But she's here, on the island.
Oh, good morning! Nothing like burying a body fresh in the morning.
Morning?
Good morning. Is Lori yet?
No.
Bit late, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good morning. You and I could have some before breakfast. Well, it's
Glad you're reselling yourself.
You must have pretty good nerves to sleep like that.
nothing. Makes me lose my view sleep.
Didn't dream of any African natives, did you?
No, didn't dream of any convicts like Darmore, did you?
Look here, Captain. I don't find that very funny.
Well, I'm starving, you know. I'm hungry. What about breakfast?
The whole domestic staff seems to have gone on strike.
Well, we can always work for ourselves.
Hello, that's strange.
What is?
You remember we found one of these little fellows smashed last night?
Yes, that ought to leave 9.
What else leaves 9? I'm certain there were 10 of them when we first arrived.
Well,
There are only 8.
so there are.
I think it's weird, don't you?
Probably only 9 to begin with. Well, we only assumed there was 10 because of the rhyme. Hello? Armstrong? What's the matter?
Mrs. Rogers is dead.
No!
Died in her sleep. Rogers thought she was still under the sleeping draught I gave her, so he continued as normal. Lit the fire, did this room, Then, as she hadn't appeared, he went up looking for her and was alarmed by the look of her and came hunting for me. She's been dead for about 5 hours now.
Well, was it heart?
It's impossible to say, it may have been.
I mean, she did have a pretty bad shock last night.
Yeah,
I mean, she could have been poisoned, I suppose. Doctor?
it is a possibility.
With the same stuff as young Marston.
No, not cyanide. It would have to be some sort of narcotic or hypnotic, one of the barbiturates, chloral, something like that.
And yet she was kind of nervous type of girl.
Yeah.
It was most likely was heart failure.
Well, her heart definitely failed to beat, but what caused it to fail? What exactly do you mean by that, Miss Brent?
You all heard. She was accused, along with her husband, of having deliberately murdered her former employer, an old lady.
And you believe that to be true, Miss Brent?
Certainly, you all saw her last night. She broke down completely and fainted. She literally died of fear.
That is a possible theory. One cannot adopt it without more exact knowledge.
Call
of what-
it, if you prefer, an act of God.
Oh,
Right.
Miss Brent.
You regard it as impossible that a sinner be struck down by the wrath of God? I do not.
My dear lady, in my experience of ill-doing, God leaves a work of conviction and chastisement to us mortals. And the process is fraught with difficulties. There are no shortcuts.
What did the woman have to eat or drink last night before bed?
Nothing.
Nothing at all? Not a cup of tea or a glass of water? I bet it was a cup of tea. The sort always does.
Rogers assured me she had nothing whatsoever.
You might say so.
That's what you think.
Well, why not? You all heard it last night. Miss Brent thinks it's true for one. Rogers and his missus did the old lady in. They're feeling quite safe and happy about it. Well, they know there's no immediate danger to them. Then last night some lunatic goes and spills the beans. What happens? The woman cracks, goes to pieces. Did you see him hitting around her when she was coming to? He was like a cat on hot bricks. They've done the murder and they've gotten away with it. It's all going to be raked up again now. It's the woman who gets the show. She's a living danger to her husband. That she is. Him, he's all right. I mean, he'll go on lying until the cows come home, but he can't be sure of her. So what does he do? He puts a nice dollop of something in a nice cup of tea. And when she's had it, he washes up the cup of sauce and tells the doctor she ain't had her.
Oh no, that's impossible. The maid wouldn't do that, not to his wife.
You'd be surprised, Miss Clayton, on what some husbands would do.
Excuse me, miss. I'm getting off with breakfast. I'm not much of a handcook as myself, I'm afraid. It's much like sparring. The cold and delicately satisfactory. And I got some fried potatoes and dishes. Cheese and biscuits.
That will be fine, Rogers.
Lunch? Lunch? We shan't be here for lunch. And when the hell is that boat coming?
Mr. Blood!
Why? Won't be coming.
What?
Is there anything else required, miss?
No, thank you, Rogers.
If it's not Rogers, his wife literally laying dead upstairs, and he's calmly cooking breakfast and talking about lunch. And I said the boat won't be coming. How the hell does he know?
Mr. Blood! Why? Don't you see he's dazed? He's just carrying on automatically as a good servant would. It's pathetic, really.
He's pulling a fast one, if you ask me.
The really significant thing is the failure of the boat to arrive. It means we're being deliberately cut off from help.
They're all just wasting time. Wasting time.
What's that, gentlemen?
They're all just wasting time. It's much better to sit quietly.
Why do you think the boat in America hasn't turned up yet? I think the ubiquitous Mr. Owen has given orders.
And they told him this was all some sort of practical joke or something like that? What wouldn't he? Soldier Island has a reputation for throwing massive parties. This is just another crazy idea, that's all. Plus, America knows there's plenty of food and drink on the island. He probably thinks this is all some huge joke.
Couldn't we light him on fire on top of the island so that they'd see it?
That's probably provided against all signals we ignored. We're cut off, alright?
Can't we do something?
Oh, we can do something, alright. We can try to find that funny little gentleman, Mr. Unknown Owen. If you ask me, the sooner we find him, the better. Because he's as mad as a hatter and as dangerous as a rattlesnake. Hardly a very good simile, Captain Lombard. The rattlesnake at least is warning of its approach. Warning, my God, that's our warning! The 10 little soldier boys run. There were 10 of us after America went and worked there. 10 little soldier boys going out to dine. One went and choked himself. Young Marston choked himself, didn't he? And then 9 little soldier boys stayed up very late. One overslept himself. Miss Rogers overslept herself.
Do you mean He wants to kill us all.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
And each one fits with the rhyme.
No, it's impossible. It's coincidence. It must be coincidence.
Only 8 little soldier boys up there. Must be coincidence too. Do you agree, Warren?
Yeah, I do.
But there's nobody on the island.
I'm not so sure of that.
It's terrible.
None of us will ever leave the
Can
island.
someone shut this man up?
Do you agree with me, Sir Lawrence? Up to a point, yes. Then the sooner we get to work, the better. Come on, Arthur, come on, Laura. We'll make quick work of it.
I'm ready. No one's got a revolver in them by any chance?
Oh,
Do you just carry that about with you?
usually, I'm in some tight situation before, you know.
Oh, well, sure, you could bring the entire company to us today. If there is a homicide maniac hiding on this island, I'll have a whole arsenal on him, and he'll use it.
You may be wrong there, Blur. Many homicidal lunatics are very quiet, unassuming people. You never guessed there was anything wrong with them.
Oh, so if Mr. Owen turns out to be one of those surprises, we'll leave him to you, Doctor. Now then, let's start. I suggest you search the house and we'll do the island.
Should be easy. No hidden panels or secret doors, then alright.
I'm going to investigate you before you get in.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. But you two remember, $1 fine.
Yeah.
Very energetic young man, Captain Lombardo.
Don't you think he's right? If there's someone on the island that we've bound to find, it's practically better off.
I think this probably needs brains solid rather than brawn.
Where are you going?
I'm going to sit in the sun and think, my dear lady.
Where did I put that skein of wool? The human upstairs. Shall I go see if I can find it? No, I'll go get it. I know where it's likely to be. I'm black and I guess I had a revolver.
They're all just wasting time. Wasting time.
Do you think so?
Yes, it's much better to sit quietly and wait.
Wait, for what?
For the end, of course. I wish I could find Leslie.
Your wife.
Yes, I wish you'd known her. She was so pretty, so gay.
Was she?
Yes, I liked her very much. Of course, I was a lot older than she was. She was 27. Arthur Richmond was 26. He was my ABC, and Leslie liked him. They always used to talk of music and plays together. She always teased him and made fun of him. I was pleased. I thought she took a motherly interest in the boy. Damn fool, wasn't I? No fool, like an old fool, just like a book, the way I found out. I was out in France and she wrote letters to the both of us, but she put the letters in the wrong envelope, so I knew.
Oh no.
It's all right, my dear. That happened a long time ago. I didn't say anything to him. I let it gather here. A slow, murderous rage. Damn young hypocrite. I liked the boy. I trusted him.
I wonder what the others are doing.
I sent him to his death.
Oh.
It was quite easy. Mistakes were being made all the time. Yes, it was quite easy. Leslie never knew. And we went on as usual, but somehow nothing was ever real anymore. She died of pneumonia. She had a heart-shaped face, gray eyes, and brown hair that curled.
Oh, don't.
I guess in a way it was murder. Curious murder. And I was always such a law-abiding man. But it didn't feel like that at the time. Well, you know, don't you?
What do you mean?
You don't understand. I thought you would. I thought you'd be glad too that the end was coming. We're all gonna die here, you know.
I don't know.
You're very young. You haven't got to that yet. The relief, the blessed relief when you know that you've already done with it all. That you haven't got to carry the burden any longer.
General.
Don't speak to me that way! You don't understand. I want to sit here and wait for Leslie to come for me.
I'm frightened. No, I'm frightened.
What's the matter? You seem quite down. Want to have a drink to steady your nerves?
A drink? 2 bodies in the house at 9 o'clock in the morning, and all you say, have a drink. An old man going white crackers, have a drink. 10 people accused of murder, that's all right, just have a drink. Everything's fine so as long as you have a drink.
Alright, stay thirsty.
Oh, you're nothing but a waster, an adventurer. You make me tired.
What's got you so head up? What's the matter, my sweet?
I am not your sweet.
I'm sorry. I rather thought you were.
Well, you can think again.
Come now, I know you don't really feel like that. Plus, me and you have something in common. Rogues and murderers can't fall out.
Rogues and murderers.
Alright, you like the company of rogues and murderers and won't have a drink. I'll finish searching the house.
Unpleasant young man. I couldn't find it anywhere. Is anything the matter? Even if his wife was no better than she should be, and she must have been a depraved woman, he had no right to take judgment into his own hands.
What about Beatrice Taylor?
Who?
That was the name, wasn't it?
You are referring to that absurd accusation about myself.
Yes.
Now that we're alone, I have no objection of telling you the facts of the case. Indeed, I should like you to hear them. It was not a fit subject to discuss before gentlemen last night, so naturally I refused to say a word. But that girl, Beatrice Taylor, was in my service. I was very much deceived in her. She was a well-mannered and kind and willing girl. But of course, all of that was sheerest hypocrisy. She was a loose girl with no morals. Disgusting! It was some time before I found out that she was what they called in trouble. It was a great shock to me, too. Her parents were decent folks who had brought her up strictly. I'm glad to say I did not condone in her behavior.
What happened?
Naturally, I refused to keep her under my roof.
Did she drown herself?
Yes,
How old was she?
17.
Only 17.
Quite old enough to know how to behave. I told her what a low depraved thing she was. I told her that she was beyond the pale and that no decent person would have her under their roof. I told her that that child would be a child of sin and would be branded all its life, and that man would naturally not dream of marrying her. I told her I felt soiled by ever having her under my roof.
You told a girl of 17 all of that.
Yes, I'm glad to say I broke her down utterly.
Poor little devil.
I've no patience with this indulgence towards sin.
And then I suppose you turned her out of the house.
Yes,
And she didn't dare go home. What did you feel like when you found out she drowned herself?
feel like?
Yes, didn't you blame yourself?
Certainly not. I had nothing of which to reproach myself.
I believe. I really feel like that. That makes it even more horrible.
That girl's unbalanced. The heathens are sunken down into the pit that they made. In the net in which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment He executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands.
Breakfast is ready.
Be quiet! The wicked shall be turned into hell.
Do you really hint an hour, miss? Breakfast is ready.
Dr. Armstrong and Mr. Bloor searching the island, and Sir Lawrence Wargrave sitting in the sun. I shouldn't bother about them.
Shall not the isles shake at the sound of thee, when the wounded cry, when the slaughter is made in the midst of thee?
Shall we go in?
I don't feel like eating.
Breakfast is ready.
Then all the princes of the sea shall come down from their thrones and lay away their robes and put off their broidered garments. They shall cover themselves with trembling. They shall sit upon the ground and shall tremble at every moment and be astonished at thee.
Reading aloud, Miss Grant?
It is a custom of mine to read a portion of the Bible every day.
Pretty good habit, I'm sure.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing. No trees, no caves, no one can hide anywhere. I have no luck whatsoever.
Exactly. What about the house?
I searched it from attic to cellar, and I'm pretty certain in saying there's no one here but ourselves. Ooh, breakfast! Come on, boy, I've been yelling about breakfast ever since you got up. Let's eat and drink and be merry, for tomorrow we die! Or anything.
You ought to be ashamed of such levity, Captain Lombard.
Come on, General, can't have any of this. Breakfast ice spacer. Good God! What am I behind? The detective takes me back!
He's dead! He's dead!
That's on this island.
This clever and cunning criminal is always company one stage ahead of us. That he knows what we're going to do next and makes his plans accordingly. There's only one place, you know, where a murderer can hide and have a successful chance of getting away with it.
One place where?
Here in this room, Mr. Owen is one of us.
Barker is one of us, and I think I know who.
You really think so?
Have you heard of the Liz and Ward case? And how there's no other explanation?
So, your answer to the problem is Miss Emily Brown.
I'm telling you, it's her. She's as mad as a hatter, religious mad. She's the one, and we must watch her.
Really? I formed the conclusion that your suspicions were in a different order.
Yes, but I recall, and I'll tell you why. She's not scared, and she's the only one that isn't, because she knows there's no immediate danger to her.
Shh. We made some coffee. Oh, it's cold in here.
Yes, you'd be surprised at what a beautiful day it was this morning.
Roger's still out.
Yes, no boat would put out in this. We can't land anyway.
Miss Prince,
Allow me.
you're right to insist on going to lunch and drinking some brandy with it. I feel better.
The court always adjourns for lunch.
All the same. It seems like a nightmare. It seems like it can be true. What are you going to do about it?
We must hold an informal court of inquiries. We may at least be able to eliminate some innocent people.
You have no hunch of any kind, Miss Claythorne?
If Miss Claythorne suspects one of us three, that would rather be an awkward question.
If you ask me who I suspected, I would say Dr. Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Yes, because don't you see, he's had far away best chance of killing Mrs. Rogers. Terribly easy for him as a doctor to give her an overdose of that sleeping stuff.
Yes, true, but someone else gave her brandy, remember? And it's not her husband, for sure. He doesn't have the brains to fix this up, nor the money. And besides, you can see he's scared stiff.
My God, it sounded like a storm out there.
Oh, it's only you.
Who did you think it was? Beatrice Taylor?
No hope of relief until that storm dies down. Oh, is that coffee? Good. I'm taking coffee, honey, see?
Such restraint in the face of danger is nothing short of heroic.
I do not, of course, profess to be a rather wet prophet, but it's very unlikely that the boat can reach us, even if the Nova were light in under 24 hours.
You're awful wet.
It'd be possible to swim back to the mainland.
It's over a mile, and in the sea, you dash over the rocks and drowned.
I beg your pardon, Miss Frank. Here you go.
It's terribly cold in here. That would be a good idea.
Excuse me, but does anybody know what's up in the top bathroom curtain?
What, are you going bats now too, Rogers?
The bathroom curtain.
Yes, sir. Scarlet silk. It's missing.
Has anybody seen a scarlet silk curtain? No good, I'm afraid, Rogers.
Doesn't matter. Just thought that was odd.
Everything on this island's odd.
I'll get a few sticks and some nice coal and get a nice fire going.
I wonder if you'd like some coffee. He's awfully wet. Rogers!
What happened to the bloke Armstrong?
He went up to his room to rest.
Somebody's probably batted in by now.
I suspect he had a good sense to bolt his door.
It won't be as easy now that we're all on our guard.
Oh, did he want some coffee?
He said you guys make himself a nice cup of tea. What about Dr. Armstrong? Should we bring him a cup?
I'll take it up if you like.
No, I'll take it. I don't want to change.
I do not think Armstrong prefers to see you. He may not admit, but he might be afraid of your revolver.
Yes, that revolver. I wanted to work with you about that.
Do go and change, please.
What are you going to say?
I want to know why you brought a revolver. It was supposed to be a little social visit.
You do now, do you? Well, I've led rather an adventurous lifestyle, and I've gotten into some sticky situations before, and I've gotten into the habit of bringing a revolver about with me wherever I go. It feels rather nice having a gun handy. Don't you agree?
We don't care enough. I want the truth about this gun.
What a damn suspicious fellow you are,
I
Lord!
know funny story when I hear
If
one.
it's about that revolver, then I'd like to hear what you have to say.
All right. I was invited here to be the guests of Mr. and Mrs. Owen. They heard I had a reputation for being a good man in a tight place. They said there might be some danger, so I better keep my eyes peeled.
I would never fallen for that.
Well, I did. I was born. God, I was born in that tame-ass country! You have to admit, it was an intriguing proposition.
Too big for my liking.
That was the whole charm that aroused my curiosity.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Yes, quite.
Please.
All right, I'm going, my sweet, I'm going. The maternal instinct, I think it's called.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's such a tall story. If it's true, why didn't he tell us last night?
Perhaps this is the danger he had thought he had been prepared for.
Perhaps it is.
Hardly likely. It was just Mr. Owen's little bit of keys to get him into the truck with the rest of us. Probably knew Lombard well enough to rely on his curiosity.
If it's true he's the one who owns that man, I wouldn't trust him if he are.
Are you such a good judge of truth?
We must get out of here. We must before it's too late.
Whoa, the last thing we must do is give away to nerves.
Sorry. Rather a case of physician heal thyself or something like that. But I've been overworked lately. It's run down.
Sleeping badly.
Yes, I dream. Hospital operations at night at my throat.
Real nightmares.
Yes. Do you ever dream that you're in court sentencing a man to death?
Aha. Are you by chance referring to a man called Edward Seaton? I can assure you, I should not lose any sleep over the death of Edward Seaton. He was a brutal and cold-blooded murderer. The jury liked him. They were inclined to let him off. I can see. However, I cooked Seaton's goose.
Cold in here, isn't it?
I wish Roger would hurry up.
Yes, Rogers. He's been a long time.
He said he had to get some sticks.
Six. My God, six!
My God!
What happened? Are there only six?
There will be 5!
5!
Rogers and Lombard.
Have you seen Rogers? No, what should I?
2 more soldiers have gone! 2!
I thought it was you!
What's over the wood box?
My cat himself and then there was...
Give me a one leg for 4 boys, 9 behind. 6 for 4 boys, 9 behind. have to leave the room somehow. Damn the electric plant's running low. Ooh, how about we play a nice round game to pass the time? How about creating one called Surfacing Us, A Slippy and B Smitzy, and so on and so forth. Let's start with blow. I think it's pretty easy to figure out what blower suspects. It sticks out a mile. On your fence, you're able. You're wrong, you know. Abstract justice isn't my line. If I were to commit murder, there'd have to be something in it for me.
All I said is direct suspiciously from the start. You told two different stories. You can counter the damn revolver. I'm saying you left it.
I have one.
That's a likely story.
What do you think I've done? Did I suggest myself that you guys should search me?
Oh no, you don't have it on you. You're too clever for that. You know where it is.
You need a stash to be ready for next time.
Don't believe that.
My God, boy, can't you use the single brain cell you have left to think a little? If I wanted to, I could kill a Ozzy by now. Pop, 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 pop.
Yes, but that's a big idea.
Talk crazy talk. My God, man, I'm saying no.
I'm not gonna say they're lunatic. You never do lunatic. That's true enough, I say.
We can't just sit here doing nothing. If there was something, anything we could do. If we lit a bonfire.
In this weather?
We can do something about it. Live bonfire, hookups, once the weather is clear.
A question of time! Time we can afford time! We shall all be dead by morning!
I think the precautions we have adopted will suffice.
I swear that killer's thinking of something. He's thinking of something right now.
Poor Louise. What was her name? Khalees? Was it nerves that made you go to a doctor?
No! Drink! My God, I used to be a heavy drinker. I was drunk when I operated. I can picture it now. My head shaking all over. I can picture the patient too. A big, heavy, countrified woman, and I killed her.
So I was right. That's how it was.
The staff knew, of course, that they were loyal to me or the hospital. I gave up drink, gave it up altogether, and went into the study of nervousness diseases.
Very successful.
1 or 2 lucky shots with some important people. 1 or 2 lucky shots with some important women. I've been so overworked this year, I had to know which way to turn. I've gotten to the top of the tree, all right.
Until Mr. Unknown and down walk the great on the top of it all.
I've had enough of your shit!
Gentlemen, please, we cannot refer to court.
That's fine by me. My apologies.
This is terrible activity that gets on my nerves.
We are adopting, I feel convinced, the only measures possible. So long as we remain together, all within sight of each other. The repetition of the tragedies that occurred must be impossible. We all submitted to a search. Therefore, we know that no such man has either firearms nor a knife. Nor has any man gotten any cyanide or any drug about his person. As I say, if we remain together, nothing shall happen.
But we can't go on like this. We need food and sleep.
The murder's only chance is to get us separated from the rest. As long as we prevent that, we are safe.
Safe.
You ever heard of silent Vera?
There isn't anything to say. I wonder what time it is. It's this awful waiting for the hours to go by, and yet feeling like they may be your last. What time is it?
8:05.
Is that all?
Down awful like this. How are the camels going out?
There's a whole packet. Storm dying down a bit, though. What do you think, sir?
Perhaps we must be too optimistic.
I swear, this killer, they have everything on their side. Even the weather seems to be falling in with their plans.
What about something to eat?
If you'd like, I can go make some coffee and open some tub. But you four stay here. That's correct, isn't it?
Not quite. You see, Miss Claythorne, it may be inadvisable to eat or drink anything you prepared out of our sight.
Oh, you don't like me, do you?
It's not a question of likes or dislikes.
You know, very few tricks will get past you, Sir Lawrence. You know, if you aren't offended at my saying so, you're my fancy.
It's hardly the moment, Captain Millard, to indulge in the luxury of taking offense.
I don't think it's Blore. I might be wrong, but you don't strike me as having enough imagination for this job. But if you are the criminal, I tip my hat to you for being a damn fine actor.
Thank you for nothing.
I don't think it's a doctor.
I don't think he has the nerve for it.
You on the way, Vera? I have plenty of nerve. But you strike me as being eminently sane. So you only commit murder if you really had to.
Thank you.
I've thought of something.
Wow, splendid. Animal, mineral, or vegetable?
That man says he's a police officer, but we have no proof of that. He only said so after the gramophone record had given his name. Before that, he was pretending to be some South African millionaire. What do we know about him? Nothing at all.
He's a police officer, all right. Look at his feet.
That's enough of you, Captain.
It all works out quite prettily. Oh, by the way, Doctor, Miss Clayton suspects you. Oh, yes, she does. Haven't you seen her shooting dirty looks at you from time to time? It all works out quite prettily. Vera suspects Armstrong. Armstrong suspects Bloor. Bloor suspects me. And I suspect Sir Lawrence. But who do you suspect, sir?
Quite earlier on in the day, I formed a certain conclusion. Out of everything that happened, points quite unmistakably to one person. I am for the same opinion.
Which is?
Well, no, it may be inadvisable to share that person's name at the present time.
Inadvisable to the public interest?
Exactly.
What about that food idea?
No, let's stay here where we're safe.
I'm not rather ravenous myself. If you want to go around and guzzle by yourself, Lord, go ahead.
Tell you what, suppose I bring a tin of biscuits or something.
Good idea. Oh, Lord,
What?
and an open tin of biscuits. Let's just go in, make the curtains round.
Whatever happened to that bathroom curtain? The one Rogers missed.
By the wildest stretch of imagination, I can't come up with any reason as to why a homicidal lunatic would want to do with a scarlet silk curtain.
Things seem to have disappeared. This might also skin a knitting wool.
So the murderer, whoever he or she is a kleptomaniac too.
How does it go again?
5 little soldier boys going in for law. One guy in chancery.
Chancery. But how could that imply? Unless.
Precisely. That is exactly why I'm sitting right here.
But I'm placing you into the role of the murderer, not the victim.
That term can be applied to a boxer.
Oh, so we'll start a free fight. That'll seem to let you out, my dear.
That awful ride keeps going round and round in my head. I think I'll remember it till I die. Mr. Gore's been a long time.
Ooh, maybe the big bad wolf's got him.
I've told you once before to try and restrain a particular sense of humor, Captain Lombard.
Sorry, sir. It must be a form of nervousness.
Put your hands up! Search him!
All clear.
Nothing here.
Come now, you've had no dinner.
I couldn't eat anything.
You better have something before Bloor wolfs the whole lot.
I don't see what's so funny about it. Starving us wouldn't do us any good. How are we after cigarettes?
I haven't got any.
I'm out too.
Fortunately, I'm a pipe smoker.
Oh, shut up. I have a Boston Fizz in the suitcase. I can get it. See that you will stay where you are.
Not bad, these biscuits.
What are they? Cheese?
Cheese and celery.
That girl ought to have some.
Her nerves are in a bad state.
I don't know if I agree with you, Doctor. Miss Claiborne strikes me as a very cool and resourceful young lady. Quite unmistakably so.
So that's your idea, that she's the guilty party.
Hardly likely a woman.
You and I, Doctor, see women from slightly different angles.
What if does anyone say was spot of whiskey?
Sure, as long as you tackle an open bottle. Who's there? Who's there? It's like that down the stairs below.
I'm hunting for a magic.
Never mind, Max. Few more candles. Few more candles.
I was horrified that they were right around my throat.
Oh, what did?
The window was open in my room, and when I opened the door, I blew out my candle. Then a long, sort of simply touched my throat. I thought in the dark I was being strangled by my hand.
No wonder you yelled.
Who hung the TV there?
I don't know. Whoever did it, make sure I regrets it.
Don't be alarmed, it's only me.
There we are. Before I had that shot, is everyone alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
What's that?
He's dead. Shot in the forehead.
One loud chancery.
Don't give in to hysterics, Miss Claiborne.
You got me to go upstairs. You got me to get cigarettes. You on the TV, and you did nothing to kill that little man in the dark. You're
Hello? Hello? God, that would be a terrible time for them to be fashionably late. Hello? Ah, there you are. What is it that you wanted to discuss with me? What do you mean? That's not the plan we discussed. Gullible? What do you mean I'm gullible? Oh my God, so you have it! I swear, I won't tell a soul. I've learned my lesson, you have to believe me. Just let me escape with my life, and I promise! Please, I'm begging you, don't shoot! I wouldn't be doing this if I had any other choice!